Transitions are probably the most underrated part of editing, yet they're often more than just a stylistic choice. They directly influence how we connect different scenes, their characters, and their geography to one another. Some special scenes require special transitions, but in general, it's important to find your stylistic approach and implement it consistently across all your content. The fade is a transition where the image gradually disappears to black, fade out, or appears from black, fade in. Fades can also go to or from white, though this is less common and typically used for more ethereal, dreamlike, or hopeful moments. Unlike a cut, which connects moments instantly, the fade creates a pause, a breath between what came before and what comes next. That moment of darkness or brightness carries meaning. Fades create smooth, gentle transitions that feel organic and unhurried. They suggest time passage. The journey through black or white implies that time has elapsed. They communicate finality or significance, giving weight to what just happened. And they create emotional separation between moments, establishing clear boundaries between story beats. Fades work at the end of scenes or acts to signal major story transitions. They're ideal for time jumps, days, months, or years passing between scenes. Use them for dream sequences, moments requiring emotional finality or reflection, and when opening or closing entire films. Fade to black suggests endings, death, loss of consciousness, or the passage of time. It feels final and weighty. Fade to white suggests transcendence, heaven, enlightenment, hope, or rebirth. It feels lighter and more optimistic, often used for spiritual or uplifting moments. Fades work particularly well in dramas and emotional transitions, moments that require processing time rather than immediate continuation. The dissolve is a transition where one image gradually transforms into another, briefly overlapping as the first fades out while the second fades in. This creates a smooth blend suggesting connection, time passage, or thematic linking between moments. Unlike a cut, which separates moments distinctly, or a fade, which pauses in darkness, the dissolve connects scenes by blending them together. This overlap creates a visual and emotional bridge between what came before and what comes next. Dissolves create smooth blends between images. They suggest connection. The two scenes are related in some meaningful way. They communicate time passage while maintaining visual continuity, and they establish thematic linking, showing that scenes share emotional, visual, or narrative connections even if separated by time or space. Dissolves work beautifully for montage sequences, showing the passage of time with connected imagery. They're ideal for memory transitions between past and present, showing how memories blend and overlap. Use them to link scenes with similar emotional or visual themes, creating visual poetry through connection. They work for character transformation, showing gradual change or evolution over time. The match cut is a transition that cuts between similar shapes, movements, or compositions in different scenes. This creates visual continuity while jumping through time or space. The eye follows the similar visual element, making the transition feel smooth despite the dramatic change in context. Match cuts are among the most elegant and intellectually satisfying transitions in filmmaking. They connect disparate moments through visual similarity, suggesting deeper thematic relationships between what appears on screen. The similar shape, movement, or composition tricks the eye into accepting the transition smoothly. They suggest thematic connections. If two things look similar visually, the match cut implies they're similar in meaning or significance. And they demonstrate intelligence in editing, showing that visual relationships have been carefully considered and crafted. Match cuts work for time transitions. They're ideal for showing character parallels between different characters or situations, suggesting similarities through visual echo. Use them to demonstrate evolution or progress while maintaining visual connection. They reinforce themes through visual repetition, making abstract ideas concrete through imagery. Match cuts create generational connections, linking parents and children or past and future through visual similarity. Match cuts work particularly well in interesting footage that span vast periods of time or geography. Social dramas use them to draw parallels and contrasts between different lives and circumstances. Character studies benefit from match cuts when showing how different characters mirror each other. And thematic narratives rely on match cuts to make visual arguments about connections and patterns. Beyond basic cuts, fades, and dissolves, there are creative transitions that add energy, style, or nostalgia to your edits. These transitions draw more attention to themselves and work best when used intentionally as part of your visual signature. The iris transition closes or opens in a circular shape, like a camera aperture shutting or opening. Wipes move a clear boundary line across the frame, pushing one shot off while pulling the next one in, horizontally, vertically, or diagonally. Both techniques are strongly associated with classic cinema. They feel deliberately retro and theatrical. Use them when you want a nostalgic, vintage, or intentionally stylized feel. A mask transition uses a moving object passing through frame to hide the cut between shots. Someone walks past camera, filling the frame momentarily. When they're clear, we're in a new scene. Or a vehicle passes by, and when it's gone, time or location has changed. These transitions feel smooth and motivated by the action itself. They work beautifully for time jumps within the same location, continuous action sequences, or creating seamless flow in vlogs and documentaries. The key is that the mask feels organic, not forced. A whip pan is an extremely fast pan that creates motion blur, essentially turning the image into a streak. This blur can hide a cut to a new shot, location, or time period. Whip pans create urgency, energy, and surprise. They work for rapid transitions, shocking reveals, or high-energy content where speed and momentum matter more than smooth elegance. They're popular in action films, music videos, and fast-paced social media content. The movement itself becomes part of the attitude and style. A smash cut is an abrupt, jarring cut, usually from a loud, chaotic scene to complete silence, or from silence to intense noise. The contrast creates shock value. Use smash cuts for comedic timing, dramatic reveals, or moments where you want to disorient or surprise the audience. J cuts and L cuts are audio-based transitions that create overlap between scenes. In a J cut, you hear the audio from the next scene before you see it.
Hold on to that, is hot. In. Shut that motherfucker. Shut it. Shut it. So!
In an L cut, you continue hearing audio from the previous scene after you've cut to the new image.
We have ahead of us the privilege of publishing the very last issue of Life magazine. And for the final issue, we just received -25 from Sean O'Connell for...
These transitions create seamless flow and professional polish. They're invisible to most viewers but make editing feel smooth and natural. Use them constantly in dialogue scenes, narrative films, and any content where audio continuity matters. They're fundamental techniques in professional editing and make your work feel more sophisticated.